How we doing, folks? Welcome back to another great episode, and well, let's say great, let's hope it's great, a happy episode of Dead Cold. First of all, I'm going to get this off my chest. Thank you massively for the 100 for getting past 100 subscribers. I am absolutely, I'm stoked, to be fair. I'm absolutely over the moon. Thank you so much. Never thought it would really happen, but I am over the moon that it did. So thank you to all that have liked, watched, shared the videos, subscribed, and well, let's see if we can get hope to get that nice plaque off YouTube one day. I don't know what it is. Is it 1,000, 500,000 for subs? It's a long way off anyway, but still, baby steps. What I'll do, I'll show you around this place. All Saints Church in where are we at? Ridgemont. Oh, sorry, Sedgenhole, as it's actually called. Sedgenhole was swallowed up by the ever-expanding Ridgemont, and the church you see behind me went into disrepair in the mid 1800s. But it is sat on 11th century Saxon ground, which makes for a very interesting evening tonight. Because what I'm going to try and do tonight is do a few, not me personally, I ain't going to be chanting, but so I've got some Gregorian Latin chant music, Latin chant in the Lord's Prayer, and also the Lord's Prayer in Old English, which are languages which would have been used around that Saxon kind of like Norman period. So anyway, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'll show you around here. Let me just flip this around. As you see there, I would just say built in the 12th century, but a lot of people say it was built in the 11th. Alterations all the way through the years, to be fair, and as you can see, that top part originally, I've sort of been informed by watching other videos and reading bits and pieces about this place, is that top part was originally wooden, the bell tower, and obviously that got knocked on the head, rotten, and got rebuilt around the 1800s, I believe. The church yard is still used for modern burials, because the new church in Ridgemont, which is over there, doesn't have the burial rights, so the ground is still used here for modern burials. So I kind of keep away from that area, really. I don't really want to be disrespectful to anyone's relatives that are poor and fortunate dead. So we'll mainly concentrate on this part here, which is the older part. Some of these gravestones are quite old. I mean, you can't even see the writing on them. They're just so weatherbeaten. They even have as well, I should have showed you that, you might have seen it, I'm not going to go backwards, but on the other side of that, these windows, there are original Saxon markings, and I saw one video of the history of the place, and the gentleman who did it said, there it is there actually, there, so those markings there are from when the Normans took over. Now, if I quickly, this is basically it's them putting their stamp on the building. So let's just pop back over here a minute. Doing this arse about face. Bear with. Right, let's see ya. So those markings are apparently original Saxon markings, which is fantastic to see. So yeah, some seriously old ground. This part here was apparently separate from the original church. it was a chapel in its own right, and then the other church was built on at a later date. Well, as you see, could well have been because this is the part of the chapel as the original Saxon markings on the other side of that window there, and then you've got this here with the Norman markings on. But what a place! The tower was apparently the last thing to go on. The tower was put up in the 1800s, I believe. I'm sure if there's some historians watching this, they may be able to correct me on it. I know that this arch, this column of arches, was a later addition as well. It wasn't original. You've obviously got the terracotta stone floors, which probably wouldn't have been original, but obviously nice to still see them here. And this would have been the aisle going down the middle, the grassy aisle, with the baptismal font at the end. Well, what we think might have been the end. I may think that the altar may have been at this end. I could be wrong, but that is the original baptismal font apparently. Now, there's no access into the tower anywhere. There's no stairs anywhere, but it's gated off with padlocks and such like. So you can't get in. You see plenty of fallen masonry inside there as well. So probably all that's up there now is bats. Good old bats. So anyway, right. What I'm going to do. Grab a cup of coffee and we'll be back when it's starting to get dark to see if we can get anything this time. Hopefully so. I'll see you in a bit. Bye. Right, folks, do a little bit of an experiment here. As this church and chapel are so old, and we're on, Saxon and medieval times, I'm going to try. I've got somebody here that's going to, not me of course, but somebody's going to do a rendition of the Lord's Prayer in Old English, not Latin, Old English. Which is something which would have been used back in Saxon times and up to Norman times as well. So I'm going to play this just to see if we get any kind of reaction. So if there are any spirits here that have heard this preached in a sermon before, could you please come forward and give us a sign that you are here.
Fader Urre, du the aarden heavenum, siden en doma jahaljen, du bekommer din rike. Je urre din wille, on ersan swaswa om heavenum. Urre je dag wamlet jan gelaven, sule us todai, and forgive us, ura gyltas. Swaswa we forgiveth urum gyldendom. And nege leide du us on kostnonje, ak alys oss of uvele. Soslitje.
there are any spirits here that heard that, would you like to come forward, please? Maybe go towards one of the green lights you see in front of me. It's very quiet here tonight. You may get some ambient noise from the property on the other side there. Nice enough people actually using it. So yes, what I'll try there next is I have it in the same Lord's Prayer in Gregorian Latin. I'm going to try that as well, just to see if we get any kind of reaction. So just bear with. Well, not a sausage. But that's not to say that if there are spirits here, they weren't listening. When we were here the other night, I went through the video edit and there were some very strange noises that I can't really debunk, to be fair. There was other noises as well which I couldn't debunk, obviously, from the guy who has his workshop across the way there. This particular noise, which sounded like a wooden table or a wooden chair being moved, sounded to me like it was right within where we are. It is so quiet here, isn't it? You could hear a moth fart. So I would like, if the spirit, if that was a spirit that made that noise, goodness knows how they made it. Are you still here tonight? If you are, could you come to my voice? There is a story of a woman in a dress that was seen in the graveyard behind us. If that woman is here. Could she come forward, please? Since we were here last, we've done a little bit of research on the place. And a few paranormal groups have cited light anomalies. Whether that's true or not is obviously until you see it with your own two eyes, then you never really know. If there are any spirits here that can create those light anomalies, difficult to say, I know. But, could you make such a presence known by the use of light?
I'm pretty certain that I saw one on the back wall down by the tower the other night we were here, and if that's the case, I'd love to see it again. Or just to prove the theory that it was all in my imagination.
We definitely like to believe that we're not seeing things, that's for sure. Are there any spirits here that would like to talk to us through this app? Please make yourself known.
Argument.
There's definitely no arguments here, that's for sure. If the spirits are arguing between themselves over who wants to come forward, then why doesn't everybody come forward? Form an orderly queue down the aisle.
Wow.
Yeah, we are pretty amazing. You did say wow.
I wasn't sure what it said, to be honest.
Or were you saying wow for the 100 subscribers I now have? Hit the like button. Shameless plug. So,
Wow,
what?
that just flashed.
Did it?
Yeah, it went right up to red.
Oh yeah. Right. As I was just going to say, we haven't really had a great deal of action here at all. But that the K2 is now going off, or it has been going off. It flickered and then went right up to red, right back down again. If we have spirits around us, could you come close to the baptismal font? If you were a resident of this place, it's flickering again, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you were a resident of this area, maybe you're buried here. The afterlife, that's flickering. That flickered to yellow.
Yeah.
I saw that one. The very faint flickers. If there's anyone here from the spirit world who would like to come and talk to us, or be around us, could you come forward, please? Because we'd very much like to talk. Maybe come through the doorway just over there, which is where everybody seems to come through. Set up one of the devices we got dotted around. Would be absolutely superb. Maybe make a noise or a tap for us. you can hear me or see me, could you copy this, please? Just give me a couple of taps and copy this. Try again, please. Just give us one tap. Wow. Right, I am sat on the bench outside the church. I've got the Melrem sat next to me. So if I can call out to any spirits within this churchyard, if they can see where I am, they can see the orange light next to me, would you like to come and sit down next to me? As much as that would give me some kind of unearthly shiver. Come and sit next to me, please. I don't bite. Hard. Thus far, there's been no temperature fluctuations of any kind of dramaticness. Seems to have kept itself at about 1 to 1.2 degrees.
You can come and sit down on the bench, keep Mark company. Maybe even hold his hand.
Yeah. I'll even put my arm there for you. You know, it's something months ago I never thought I'd be actually doing. Sat next to a disused church with my arm across a bloody bench, waiting for a spirit to turn up next to me. But I do enjoy it. So I'll just come back out here again. Look at some of these fantastic looking headstones. And I found this one right here. I don't know if you can maybe see it. I might have to turn the light on. But there's a big slab just there behind me. Now it looks like it's been moved. Let me just flip this around. I mean, that is a significant gap down there. I don't know if it belongs to, or maybe it's just a symbolic thing now. But it looks like it definitely has been. It looks like it's been disturbed. Yeah, it has been, definitely. That been knocked off its plinth. As soon as he shoved it from this direction, going that way, on this corner. I think maybe it's just a symbolic thing and it's been shoved. It's frosty, that is. I think ice on top of that now. Cheers for the gloves, Granny Lynn's. She'll slap me for that. Let's go and see what Steve's up to in a bit. So, me with Steve. I could hear him talking once we were in there, once I was outside. So what happened, Steve? Just say again.
The light flashed to the second green.
Yep.
About 4 times. But on one occasion it went all the way to red. Just very, very quickly.
Right.
Are you still here? Are you still here? Are you still here? There's 2 of us here now. And if you're here, that makes 3. That'll be cool.
And we can count. Sorry, man.
If you are here, come to our voices. Come and use the energy from us. We want this to light up like a disco.
If you don't want to come to Steve, come to me, please. Come to me. I'm stood on this plaque with the orange light down by my foot. I'm actually getting moon flares coming through the lens. It's sensational.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like that before.
Are you still here? Was that you?
What?
I thought I heard 2 footsteps.
I thought it was you.
No, not me. I still.
I was walking around. I was kind of like,
That might have been it.
but I heard it and it sounded like it came from your direction. To be fair, didn't sound like it was me.
Did you see that there then?
No.
No.
Oh, there. It's
Yeah.
going to go again. I wish you could see that. The moon is so bright now. The camera's not really picking it up though. It's actually creating its own
Yeah.
light coming through the open window pane, the open window opening. The bloody window.
I wasn't expecting the night to be so clear actually.
It's amazing.
We're gone quiet again.
Yeah. The balls ain't gone off ever since I moved them. What happened was the one on the right hand side was going off a lot, so I tried to debunk my own kit really by switching them around, and ever since I moved them, they've not gone off at all. So, which is a bit of a shame, but you know, you've got to try and make things as honest as possible. If you like the vid, please continue to subscribe and like and share it around. I'll be over the moon again, and massive thank you for the 100 and, well, I think it was actually 101 last time I actually looked, so all 101 of you, thank you very much. I absolutely love it. Again, thanks very much for watching. I hope to speak to you soon. In fact, I will see you soon. Ta-ra for a bit. How are we doing, folks? So, as promised, for getting me past 100 subscribers, got a little giveaway to do here for 2 dead cool paranormal mugs. Cracking the hour as well. All you got to do is leave a comment on the new vid and make sure you like both my Facebook and Instagram pages. Winners will be notified through there, and obviously we'll do everything above board. I'll post the winning names on there as well. If they could please DM me through that, and we'll arrange postage after that. Competition will close on Sunday the 10th of January at 9 PM UK time. So good luck to all. Thanks again for watching all the vids, and have a nice weekend. I'll see you soon. Ta-ra for a bit. Bye bye.